Hey everybody, this is Mr. Longo, and in this video we are going to cover function transformations. So what we're going to do is write functions given transformations, and we're also going to analyze functions and list them. So to start, we're going to talk about the different function transformations we have. So everything relates to a parent function, which is f of x equals or y equals, okay? So for the sake of this argument, we're just going to use x squared. So if we reflect over the axis, that means we're multiplying the entire function by a -1, meaning we reflect all of our positive y's to a negative and vice versa. So that's multiplying to the y, but what we're doing when we write this function is we're going to be putting it in front of the function. Okay, that way it'll multiply it. When you reflect over the y-axis, you're just multiplying the x value by a negative. So that's why it goes inside instead of outside of the entire function. When we are translating to the right or to the left, that goes inside the parentheses or inside the square root, whatever the function may be, and it's opposite of what you think. So you would think this means +2 would be to the right, but it actually means left 2. Things inside are opposite of what you think. If we are adding or subtracting to the end of the function, that means we're moving up or down, and that is exactly what you would think. So this +3 would mean you're going up 3. When you multiply the entire function by something, that's vertically expanding or vertically compressing. So in this case, we're expanding by 2. If that was a 1/2, we would be compressing by a half. So if it's bigger than 1, we are expanding. If it's less than 1, so a fraction smaller than 1, we are going to be condensing or compressing. And then if you just multiply your x value, that is a horizontal expansion or compression, but again, it is opposite of what you would think. So this 2x on the inside means we are horizontally compressing by 1/2. Okay? So those are the list of transformations you'll need to know. So now we're just going to go play with them. So write a function given the transformations. I'll do the first one, then you can pause and see if you can handle the rest. So again, we're going to have f of x equals, and now we have to read through what we need so we can figure out where we're going to put things. We're going to shift left 4, we're going to reflect over the x-axis, and we're going to shift down 3. So remember, reflecting over the x-axis is going to be negative for the entire thing. We do not have any vertical shifts or anything, so we can write our square root. Shifting to the left 4, that's going to be x plus 4. Remember, left and right are opposite of what you think, and shifting down 3 means we're going to subtract 3 at the very end of the function. Okay? So why don't you try the next two? Click play when you're ready, and we'll see if you got it. Okay, so reflect over the y-axis. So this guy, we're going to have a negative x on the inside. Shifting to the right 5 means -5, and we're going to cube that. Vertically expand by 3, that means we're multiplying in front. So we multiply the whole thing, and we're good to go. Number 3. We are doing a horizontal expansion, which means that's a 1/7 x on the inside. Remember, horizontal expanding and compressing is opposite. Reflect over the x-axis, that's a negative. Shift up 4, so that's a +4 at the end. And we have our f of x equals, and we're good to go. So if you got those, you are good. If not, that should help explain where you went wrong. Listing transformations in order. Okay, so when you are working with transformations and you're listing them, you work left to right, starting with inside of the function, and then you go outside of the function. Okay, so the first thing that happens here, we go right 1. So you can say shift right 1, or you can say translate to the right 1. And now we're done with the inside of the function part. Now we start working left to right again on the outside. So the next thing we're going to do is reflect over the x-axis. And then we're going to translate or shift up 2. Okay, so again, left to right on the inside, then left to right on the outside is the proper order. Why don't you pause the video and try 5 and 6? See if you can do it. Starting from the inside, the first thing you should have done is say shift to the left 4. Go back to the outside. We are going to vertically expand or stretch by 3. And then we're going to shift down 5. And the last example. Remember, inside is opposite of what you would think. So this is a horizontal expansion, or horizontally expand by 2. Okay, so not half, it's opposite, so that would be 2. And then going back to the front, we're going to reflect over the x-axis. Okay, that is how you work with transformations. So when you are given a coordinate and you have to do that, you think about what's being done, and then you just work with that point. So this is basically telling us that we are just going down 1, which of course would compare to our y value. So this is going to be x comma y minus 1. So that's -1. Comma 5 minus 1. So our coordinate is -1 comma 4. That's how you work with these. So you just think about your transformations and then work with it. You try number 8 and 9. Give it a shot. So this one we have left 2 and up 2. So that would mean we are going to do x minus 2 comma y plus 2. Again, remember, inside is opposite of what you would think. So that's going to give us a -1 minus 2 comma 5 plus 2, which is a -3 comma 7. Finally, the last one. We have a vertically expand by 2. Okay, so that's vertically expand by 2. So that would mean we're doing x comma 2 times y, the entire thing. And when we plug that in, that's going to give us a -1 comma 2 times 5, which is at a -1 comma 10. Okay? That's working with transformations and all sorts of different functions. This is Longo and I'm out. See you, bye.